Welcome to HCS Connects. I'm Kelly Gorel with Hampton City Schools. Today we have Nancy Beach with us, who is the Executive Director of our Hampton Education Foundation. So welcome to HCS Connects.
Hi Kelly, how are you?
I'm well, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So the Hampton Education Foundation, you've been on the show, it's been a few years. So why don't you tell the listening audience just a little overview on our educational foundation so they understand exactly what it is.
I would love to, and it has been a few years. I realized I have been executive director a little more than 3 years.
Oh my gosh, it's gone by that quickly.
It's gone by fast. But the Hampton Education Foundation was founded in 2001 by then Superintendent Dr. Davis. And at that time, it was really intended to start doing a few things for educators in the classroom. And over the years, it's expanded, it's grown. We have an all-volunteer board. So that's made up of about 26 individuals. Some of you, like yourself, are included who are from the Hampton City Schools administration, and then other volunteers from the community. But the foundation really is about making that connection of one community. Our business leaders, our public service staff in the city, and all those who are educators and supporting our educators and students.
So you said 26 members are on the board. The majority of them are volunteers.
Yes.
So who is the president this year?
So this year, Dan Holloway.
Okay.
With HRSD. He's been a longtime board member and has come in to be he was vice president last year and president this year. So he's been helping us actually roll out our strategic plan. And that's something that we've worked very hard on. The board has spent a lot of time the last 2 years exploring what we really wanted to grow into. Who did we want to become in our 25th year next year?
Wow, 25 years.
So we're exploring a few things that really relate to our mission.
So again, it is a nonprofit. It is an arm of Hampton City Schools where you're supporting students and teachers. Explain how exactly do you support teachers?
Well, right now, as we speak, we are talking about the grant program.
Okay.
So in the early fall, our educators are invited to apply to get a grant. And the grants that we give out are three different levels. $500 is sort of a mini grant for a classroom that can help fund a new teacher with some things they need to get without going into their own pocket. $1,000 is an innovation grant.
Okay.
And that grant is for an individual who's got a really interesting project that they want to try in the classroom. They all have to tie to the SOLs, so it's very specific about things that they have to write. They have to write a budget to go along with their application. And then together, they can come together as a group, either a grade level or in the building, and put something together for a $2,500 grant. And that's a group innovation grant. And right now, we will be awarding those in just a few days. Late October is when we award them.
So that's typically every fall, is that grant cycle?
Every fall, correct.
So an email goes out to our HCS teachers, they apply, and that actually the $2,500 one, that's fairly new. That's only in the last few years, correct?
Correct. We looked at our budget and we said if we really want to be able to do some interesting things, we want to give people the opportunity to do it. And we found that some grade levels were working together anyway to try to find a way to put 2 grants in. So we said, let's give them the opportunity. And so we gave them a little bit more money. And this year we had 188 applications.
Wow.
Totaling $210,000 in requests. And we only have a budget for $40,000. So we're really looking to make the most selective few, but we're really excited about the ones we have.
So is like looking at it even last year, about how many grants did you award and what was the budget last year?
We still had, it was only $40,000 last year also. We awarded 48 grants. And so they tend to, so far the last 2 years, they've divided out about half of the mini grants. And then the other remaining is a quarter for the individual grants, both the group grants and the individuals.
So you already have $210,000 as the ask with the applications that came in this fall with a $40,000 budget. So let's talk about how do you raise money for those grants?
So we have our annual fundraiser that's coming up. That's also just in its 4th year, Hef Fest. And that's on November 8th in the evening at the Vanguard in downtown Hampton. And that's an evening of celebration, really. It's live music. It's getting to know our grant winners. They're going to be invited to attend, and all of our educators as well as all of our community. So it's a way for our community, that one community, to come together and celebrate Hampton City Schools.
So that is coming up. You said Saturday, November 8th. Where would someone get tickets if they wanted to
So
attend?
you may find at hamptoneducationfoundation.org is a link to our ticket sales. Tickets are only $5 in advance. If you want the VIP ticket where you get a special buffet dinner and drink tickets, you may also purchase those at, $100 per person. And then we also reach out to the community and individuals for sponsorship that night. So that's really where we are able to make.
I was going to say a $5 ticket. When you think of any concert, even though I know we're not like bringing in like Luke Combs or something like that,
Right.
It's still a good band. But a $5 ticket is a very cheap evening, but that's not going to fund all the grants that are asked. So we're really looking for sponsorships for that evening.
So we look for our sponsors, and then we look for individuals who really do support our mission. And I've got to say, we've been very fortunate. Of course, our board steps up in their own way individually, but our sponsors like Bayport and Cox Charities this year, Cox Communications were both sponsors that came in already that we're so thrilled to have in our community and also supporting our Hef Fest this year.
So it's the 4th annual. What does that look like? Take us through the event.
As you arrive, you'll be invited to take advantage of the menu from Vanguard, find out what they've got on tap that night, and then in about an hour after you arrive, the band goes on. So the band is really a brainchild of someone near and dear to my heart, my husband, Bill Beach, and Chris Ambrosino. Chris is another musician in the area whose wife works at Hampton City Schools. And they came together to really form a local production. It's once a year this band gets together. This is not a band that's touring on up and down the East Coast. Hef Fest.
But they could. They're good.
They're very good. The All-Star Hef Fest band is wonderful, and it's made up of community members, alumni of Hampton City Schools, educators in Hampton City Schools currently and formerly. And we just watch them have a good time that night. And so there's people coming in and off the stage, on and off the stage, and they really have just a fun time. So our audience gets to enjoy that with them while they continue to enjoy the evening at Vanguard.
Is there anyone that you're allowed to tell us as far as a special guest, or is that giving it away?
Well, we have some repeat leaders in the community that have been in the band before. You might know the name Gabe Diaz or Mike Petters, or we have someone that's been a former mayor of the city, Donnie Tuck. So some of those faces I expect to see up there again this year.
Awesome. Now, if I don't purchase a ticket ahead of time, are they still selling them at the door?
Yes, the day of you can go online for $10 or at the door.
Okay, so still $10 the day of if you do it online. So you want to purchase those in advance.
Makes it a little easier in advance.
So that's one way that we're fundraising for teacher grants and also student scholarships. We really haven't talked much about that yet. What are other ways that Hef fundraises? How do you, I mean, one event, the Hef Fest, even though we would love for sponsors to come in, again, is not going to fund all the grants and the student scholarships.
Right. So we're very grateful to our partners at AMA. They are the ones who also during the year help us do a golf outing and a bowling night.
Okay.
It's actually during the day, bowling day. And we have a great time with them where they go out and also do that kind of thing where they do the fundraising ahead of time and present us with that check. So it's a nice community partner that we work with to host a golf outing for the year. And then we also do our Give Local 757 in the spring.
And there's something new this year. It's a workplace campaign that Dr. Oliver has been sending out emails to staff. Tell us a little bit about the workplace campaign.
So thank you for that, Kelly. The first year, this is its first year, that we are working with the Hampton City Schools and Dr. Jennifer Oliver to actually invite all the staff throughout Hampton City Schools to contribute. And we're asking them to think about the ways that Hampton Education Foundation gives back. And we also are looking for ways that we can add to that support. So not just in the teacher grants or our student scholarships that we'll talk about, it's also student impact funds. Where else can we make a difference for our students while they're still in our buildings? And so every employee is invited to do something through their payroll deduction program or direct giving. And we've just launched it, so we don't know quite how the results are going, but we're very excited about the opportunity to partner.
So that is in lieu of the annual United Way campaign. However, because of that strong partnership we've had, there is a percentage that Hef will be giving back to the United Way.
Correct. We feel very strongly about all of our nonprofits in this community, and to make sure that we both encourage our staff to participate. We wanted to have to be involved, but we really felt it was important to also give back to United Way. So 10% of the total dollars raised will be contributed by the Hampton Education Foundation then to United Way.
Excellent. So again, teacher grants. What about student scholarships?
So when I started, we were only really funding one scholarship that had been part of a legacy of Mike Canty.
Okay.
And so when that was inherited by the foundation before I arrived, we continued to maintain it and honor that. But we also felt like it was an important opportunity to invite other ways to support students. And we found that there were some interested alumni. So alumni have come to us now looking to support students. And they want to make sure that there's ways that they can see the needs that they had when they were growing up. And we are looking to fulfill those for post-secondary school environments. So it could be the apprentice school, it could be a 4-year college, it could be a 2-year associate's degree. Whatever program they're interested in, our students are, as they graduate, that we have a way to provide something for them. It's still expensive no matter how you cut it, but these are $1,000 awards, and last year we were giving out 7 of them. We were renewing 2 others that were currently enrolled in college in their 2nd and 3rd year. So that was a very special opportunity to have those alumni come back and be part of the ceremony and receive another gift.
So only one scholarship more than 3 years ago, because you're in your 3rd year, you said earlier.
Correct.
And last year we did 7 student scholarships.
7 plus the 2 renewals, so
we
really
had 9. 9 students, were they all $1,000?
Yes, we have the renewals are $1,500.
Okay.
So if they prove themselves, they're able to do a little bit more.
And you did $48,000 in teacher grants, which was $8,000 more than your budget. So again, that's where that shows that fundraising, those donations, they really do go back into the hands of the teachers and the students.
It does.
There's other opportunities though where HEF, like you said, helps out, not just with scholarships.
Correct. We have something called the Hampton Reads One Book. So that's a program in March that we work with our language arts department. And they provide for our elementary age students an opportunity to focus on a reading program. And as we know, literacy is so critical to our success for our students. And at that age, it's so important to get them engaged and enthusiastic and with their families participating. So we've been in partnership in the past with Old Point National Bank, now a subsidiary of Town Bank or a partner of Town Bank. And we are looking forward to renewing that this year. Town Bank has kept the renewal on the plan for this year. So in March, we'll be doing that program again.
Anything else that I'm forgetting to ask? I think I've touched on all of it, but
these are the main programs. Yeah, I think we see that we have opportunities ahead. One of the areas that we are exploring very slowly is our signature experiences. So within Hampton City Schools, we're taking the students out into the field to see what the city's about, what their possible career paths are.
And that's K-12.
That's from K-12, exactly. And so while much of our focus had been on the academies experiences in the high schools, we're now really reaching into those middle school and elementary school programs. It's the field trip experience. It's so important that they go out and see things, and then we bring it back to the classroom. So we've worked with some of our funders, a couple of private foundations and donors, who have been very interested in supporting that. So the signature experiences are slowly growing in addition to our student efforts for scholarship and our teacher efforts for our educators with the grants.
Well, and you also just had an event at Burbank Elementary with Malcolm Mitchell, who is a retired NFL player, but Patriots. I'm a Steelers fan, sorry, but yes, Patriots came. Tell us a little bit about that, because that was really also run through the Hampton Education Foundation.
Correct. We had an opportunity when we received a grant from Cox Charities, and they said that they have a spokesperson that works with them on literacy again. And yes, Malcolm Mitchell came out and spent a wonderful part of the day with our elementary students. He was able to take them through the book program that he started and that Cox helps promotes. And that gives a chance for the young readers to begin with him reading the book that day. And it's so exciting to see as they follow football or any sport or any activity of a celebrity and have them come into the room with them. I think I was pretty amazed by their enthusiasm. It was, if we could have bottled it up, it would have been great.
Well, it's just really great to see. So I've been with Hampton City Schools going on almost 8 years. You said you've been in this position for 3, but just to see how much the Educational Foundation has grown. from, like you said, that one student scholarship to only $40,000 in teacher grants. Now, I mean, you have, like you just said, $210,000 is an ask. That's a lot. So hopefully we'll have lots of donations at the HEF
Support
Fest.
that and grow it.
9 scholarships last year for students, so hoping to keep that momentum. Alum now coming back, other programs, other fundraisers, so it really has grown.
And there's two pieces
in the
of
last several
growth
years
that I would even like to highlight in that time frame. We also grew our endowment, so we now have more than $360,000 in endowed funds. That investment spins off a little bit of income annually. And those are really the sustainable dollars that we can grow from. So we look to those two things. One from the school board was given and one from Centera, another wonderful corporate partnership. And those gifts are able to do things that we weren't able to do before. So with the school board, we're directing those funds directly back to our educational opportunities for educators so that our Hampton City School graduates who want to stay in education can come to Hampton and receive some stipend that will help them in a fellowship and go back to school for some element of their education that they need to complete to be in the classroom. And then with Centera, we're really working on those impact dollars. Where can we make the most difference for our students now while they're still in our buildings? The third thing I wanted to mention is that we are looking for an alumni engagement program. Not ready to announce it yet, but when we are, I'd like to come back and talk to you more about what that means. We have such a resilient community of alumni in this area, both in our businesses, business owners, working in our big corporations, but also in the nonprofits all across the area or in public service. And we find that they like coming back to Hampton. They like the city. If they haven't left, they're finding places to make their livelihood. And we already have a great education system, so we know they've got a place to send their children.
We absolutely do.
So we're looking forward to that.
So as we wrap up, is there anything else you could think of that we did not touch on?
I don't know. We'll just have to come back another time.
Except just say, please join us at the HEF Fest.
Please come to HEF Fest.
November 8th, Vanguard, doors open at 6:30. Purchase your ticket ahead of time online or the day of at the door for $10, right? Did I get it all?
You got it all, Kelly. Thank you.
Or the $100 VIP ticket.
You can definitely come and enjoy the food and VIP treatment.
And the fellowship.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. That was a lot of information. I hope that, those that are new to Hampton or even, are not new have learned more information because HEF has truly grown. The board is very committed. It is a very committed board that, spends their time each month doing multiple things, reviewing grant applications, reviewing student scholarships, meeting, looking at that strategic plan. So, and all that's volunteer time.
It is, and we're very grateful for their work. We're very busy in the fall. I always say the fall is shorter than the spring. It just feels like we can put so much in there. So with our workplace campaign, with the grant program, and with HEF Fest, we're pretty busy right now.
And the golf tournament.
And the past golf tournament.
Correct. Well, again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us on HCS Connects. Remember, it's easy to stay connected.